Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for what should be the highlight of any speech day, a speech from your captains of school. First of all, we'd like to offer a huge thanks on behalf of all the pupils to the governors, teachers and support staff for all their hard work this year, which has been crucial in keeping the school afloat during what has been one of the most difficult times in its recent history. We'd also like to thank the head man for putting up with us this year and giving us his time to deliver hour-long lectures, or meetings as they're officially called.
This has been yet another year of struggle, and the teachers have been tested to their limits looking after us, even during the holidays and the never-ending marking of extended assessments. As pupils, however, we're all very thankful and appreciative of these efforts, and we hope you will enjoy your well-deserved rest. This said, the endless hours spent at school has led to some dubious decisions for both students and staff, where beards have appeared to be the new trend. Fortunately for us, Fergus quite never managed to join in.
Despite lockdowns and quarantines, much has been going on at Strath this year. All of Mr. Calman's fitness sessions finally paid off when rugby fixtures eventually returned this term, with Strath winning both of their games, despite some of the boys sleeping through practice.
However, these gains weren't the most important on the boys' calendar this year, as this term also saw the return of the first girls vs first boys netball match, in which the girls won a 21-12 nail-biter, after some questionable defending from men twice their size, mid-air collisions, and some score tampering.
I think it's fair to say that after scoring 12 points and pulling off the netball dress surprisingly well, Charlie Robinson really does have a future in the sport, even if it's not the main sport he's been focusing on at Strath.
This year also saw the return of quiz nights and black tie dinners, as well as the introduction of the Strathallan Prep School and Fit and Feb, which boosted the headman's ego to new heights this year. Now, we don't deny that certain members of the upper six, such as Foles Wilson, didn't take part in Fit in February, or any sort of physical activity for that matter, only speed eating during lockdown. Strath was still able to beat Fetties and thus won an extra day of Saturday school off, unless you had the special privilege of sitting a maths exam like some. The result turned out to contribute to a new school record, with it being the first time that for a whole term Strath was unbeaten.
However, one of the biggest highlights of the year wasn't from any current people, but a former Strathalian, as this term Xander Ferguson was selected for the 2021 Lions squad, and we'd like to congratulate him on behalf of all of us here at Strath.
However, like last year, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has posed many challenges for the school. In the spring term, the UK was faced with yet another lockdown, and lessons were moved online, granting the head man another opportunity to roll out Strath worldwide and further his quest for global expansion.
Even while we were at school with our face masks on, social distancing and enduring brutal 50-minute lessons reminded us all that we're not quite back to normal just yet, and it was up to the students at Strath to keep the morale high and persevere, which they have been very successful in, with us finally reaching the end of term.
The ongoing situation has led to developing a new take on school life. The school play on Midsummer's Night's Dream moved outside, sports fixtures became virtual, and we developed a newfound interest in inter-house competitions. We can all be proud of the resilience displayed by the Strath community, and yet we are hopeful that the next school year can finally go back to some level of normal. Perhaps Upper Six will even be fortunate enough to reclaim the back row of the dining hall, something we have truly missed.
The multiple quarantines this year have afforded us an opportunity to look back at all our time at Strath and the lessons we've learned. Whether that be riot shields in the Riley dorms, Rev's attempted comedy in chapel, Mr. Gallagher's iconic rants, or the non-stop chanting of Mungie during assembly. The Strathallan community has also used lockdown as a chance to develop new skills. Some of us became barbers, Dale learned to swim, the Ruffin boys learned how to sneak into house, and OMJ even learned how to read. It's been a very interesting 10 years at Strath.
We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the school authority for all their hard work this year, especially our vice captains Danny and the so-called people's captain Forbes. We couldn't have asked for a better team around us, and we certainly wouldn't have gotten through the year without you guys.
We'd like to wish the best of luck to our successors, Ollie and Charlotte. Your captaincy will be undoubtedly different from ours and hopefully a bit better, but if you just have fun with the role and use the team around you, you'll be just fine.
The lives of all the upper six are going to change drastically after today, and we'll all soon realise how big the world really is. Some of us will lose touch, whereas others will be friends for life. but we all have something in common. We all have the memories, the lessons, and even the nightmares that Strath has given us.
No matter where we go or what we do with our lives, whether it be travelling the world, running companies, or even living at home with our parents, we will always be able to call Strath home, even if it is a home that many of us are ready and happy to be leaving. And who knows, maybe in 20 years' time, Prime Minister Rouse will come visit us for a fundraiser. But even then, I doubt anyone will care.
All in all, another year that was not quite what we expected, yet despite the bumps along the way, the essence of Strath has prevailed. Campus has been lively, spurred on by some atypical Scottish sun, and we hope there'll be more of that to come over the summer. We'd like to leave you in something we have most certainly learned on our journey this year. Make the most of your time at Strath, enjoy the here and the now, and take the opportunities that come along.
It might sometimes seem quite endless and routine, but once you get to upper six, everything will fly by, and before you know it, you'll be in the same position as us.